Russia is supplying Iran with an advanced satellite system. They will be able to surveil the entire Middle East, and that would include surveillance of American bases there. Despite that, the administration is lifting some sanctions on Iran. Rick Grenell joins us. He's the former acting director of national intelligence. Rick, I don't see the logic here. We cave to Iran just as the Russians upgrade their military. What's going on?
Well, you would be a terrible diplomat in the Biden administration then, because that's exactly the problem here. Look, I hope this is on the agenda between President Biden and President Putin. We should follow up and make sure that they discussed this, because clearly Russia, China, and I would actually put Europe into the same camp as not having the same threat assessment about Iran that we do. And that's troublesome. I mean, the West and certainly the UN Security Council permanent members should all be united in denying Iran a nuclear weapon. The regime in Iran is a terrible regime for human rights. We should be able to make this case to the Russians and the Chinese. And I hope that this is a point of discussion. Look, the whole idea here is premised around trusting Iran to do the right thing. And I think that the Israelis have a whole locker that would show that that's not true. You cannot trust this Iranian regime.
I don't want to go off on a tangent here, Rick, but about 10 days, 2 weeks ago, we had news that the largest ship in Iran's navy had caught fire and sunk. I suggested that maybe that was the Israelis or the CIA getting to their computers and really messing with them as a warning. Look what we can do to you. Is there anything in that, or am I just grasping at straws here?
Well, look, I have to be very careful when talking about any information that can be spun as intelligence. I would just generally say that many times people will jump to the conclusion that it's the Israelis that have done something. But you should be very confident in the fact that American intelligence agencies are very up to speed on top of all of these issues. They don't like to take credit. They will watch closely. But you can be assured that through our counterterrorism center, through all of the intelligence agencies that are gathering information and watching, including through our defense agencies, we know exactly what's happening and are ahead of the game. The Iranians, this Iranian regime should make sure, we should make sure that this Iranian regime knows exactly that we know what they're up to. And many times when we communicate that in subtle ways, they can change their behavior. I'll leave it at that.
But you are a diplomat. You should be a diplomat in the future, because that was a brilliant answer to a difficult question. Well done, sir. Well done. Do you think that President Biden has something up his sleeve when he meets Putin? I mean, they're hacking our things. They're holding us to ransom. Again, be a diplomat by all means, but do you think our president has something up his sleeve to go at Putin with?
Well, let's hope so. I mean, we should all be cheering that Biden has something up his sleeve to be tough with Putin. But look, I fear that we have an administration right now that values consensus and globalism ahead of what's best for the United States. And I'll just give you an example. The idea that somehow Nord Stream 2, which is not completed, it's not able to deliver Russian gas into Europe yet, the idea that we're going to just give up on that is akin to Jimmy Carter deciding that we're going to give away the Panama Canal. This is going to be decades impacting Europe. Russia has leverage over Europe because of this decision. And so when you look at the cyber attacks that have been happening in the United States without a U.S. reaction, when you look at Nord Stream 2 being given to the Russians, concessions that this administration seems to be giving to the Russians is really problematic. What are we getting in exchange for all of these concessions? I don't know what we're getting, and I hope he has something up his sleeve to get something back.
He's a diplomat. His name is Rick Grenell, and I hope he comes back on the show frequently because you know what you're talking about, and we appreciate that.